Okay, guys, welcome to the JIRA session. So today we'll talk about the JIRA tool and how it is applicable to the business analyst. Okay. So guys, today's agenda is about, we'll learn a little bit about SDLC. We would learn what is agile methodology, what is Scrum, and how do we download JIRA and how do we use the JIRA tool as well. So guys, the first three topics in the agenda is already known to you, but just a recap of how do we connect the JIRA to Scrum and things like that. Okay. So before we get into everything, first let's understand where did this even come up. Okay. So first of all, let's understand what is SDLC. So guys, what is SDLC?
It is a software development life cycle.
Okay, what does that mean?
This is a life cycle of software development.
So
Software
life cycle
development. How it is developed? What are the steps that we need to go through?
Very good. So basically, SDLC, as you said, it is software development life cycle. It is basically a process methodology or a framework that would help the project from the inception to the deployment. Okay. How you would start the project and how you would release the project to the client, right? Those steps in between, we call them as phases. That phases to completion of the project is called as SDLC. So no matter which methodology you would use or which model we use in the organizations, every organization would use SDLC, guys. What is the main purpose of it? Undoubtedly, we would know what is happening in the project, who is doing what work, what is the progress of the project. Eventually, I would improve the quality of the end product. You all agree? Any questions
Yes.
so far, guys?
Mm.
Okay, done. Now, once we understand SDLC, Akshay, I'm already recording myself. Akshay, I cannot allow you on your system. I'm recording it and will give it to you by tomorrow. But sorry, by Tuesday. Okay, guys? Now that we have understood what is SDLC, we have different models in SDLC, guys. That is called as your waterfall model, your V model, spiral model, RUP, and Agile, right? So today we will talk about one of the framework under Agile, and that is called as Scrum. Okay, guys? Now, what do you mean by Scrum? What is Scrum?
Madam, can you maximum screenshot as well?
I'm
Hello.
sorry?
Yeah, can you take a can you maximize the screen, ma'am?
Sure.
Okay, please. Thank
Is it
you.
okay?
A little bit big because we can take a screenshot because it's not coming as per the screen as well.
Not required. We will anyways give this. We have this PPT available in our portal. In the document section, you have this PPT available.
Okay,
You don't
no,
have to
thank you.
take a screenshot of it. Okay. And the recording would also be provided to you by Tuesday in your library section, and you can also get the recording of the same thing. Okay. Fine. So guys, we all know what is Scrum, right? So basically, Scrum is nothing but a framework. Now, what do you mean by a framework? So guys, please note that a framework is nothing but set of procedures to complete a project. Now, if you talk about Agile, we all know about Agile Manifesto. What does Agile Manifesto consist of? It has 4 values and 12 principles. Right? Why do we have this Agile Manifesto, guys? To give a clarity to the users of Agile that yes, no matter which framework you use, okay, you have to follow certain guidelines, right? So please note, we have multiple frameworks under Agile, guys, called as Scrum, Kanban, XP, and stuff like that. No matter which framework we would use, everybody follows a set of procedures, which is why Scrum is a framework that does emphasize on teamwork, accountability, and iterative process. Eventually, why would we want to do this? To gain our closure of the application, right, guys? So please note, Scrum also follows Agile Manifesto, and the other frameworks must also follow the same manifesto, guys. Okay. Scrum, yes, it does have certain set of procedures that you have to follow in order to take your project for closure. And I'll tell you what are those steps in the next slide. Are we all clear with Scrum? Okay, so this is a very, very important slide for all of you guys. So all of you, please pay attention here. Okay. Guys, I see someone are sharing the email addresses. Any specific reason behind it? Somashekar?
Ma'am, previous slide, please.
That is nothing but a definition of Scrum only I gave you. Can get these slides in your email, sorry, in your portal. You don't have to copy paste the slides.
Which menu, ma'am, in portal?
Like document section. Please go to document section. There you'll find the JIRA PPT.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So let's talk about this life cycle of Scrum. So guys, basically, whenever we get the project, okay, whenever we get the project, the concerned client will undoubtedly approach a business analyst. No matter what, the client will approach a business analyst and they will talk about the project. Then a business analyst would use elicitation techniques and gather the requirements, and he will document the requirements, guys. Okay. So as the discussion happens, we create a document called as product vision document, which is nothing but a scope document in waterfall, where we talk about the high level understanding of the project, such as objective of the project, the goal of the project, and so on and so forth, right? Once the product vision document is all set, then we take this project into next level where further discussions happen, and all these requirements are put into a document that is called as a product backlog, right? So guys, whatever requirements the business analyst has gathered or has elicited, right, they would put all of these requirements in the product backlog. Now if you notice, product backlog is a document that has a complete list of requirements, irrespective of the, the type of the requirement, business, functional, and so on and so forth, right? Now, once you have these scattered requirements in the product backlog, we would like to refine it, or we'd have to clean it. So there would be another meeting, guys, okay, where the product backlog would be cleaned. Okay, that meeting is called as product grooming session or a product refinement session. Okay, where the complete product owner and all the stakeholders will sit and clean the product backlog. Now, please note, this product backlog plays a very, very important role to a Scrum project. Okay, this is more like your RTM that you have handled in your waterfall project. But here, the owner of the product backlog is a product owner, because he is the one who understands these requirements strongly, right? So he is the one who will make sure that he handles the product backlog. Okay, once the product backlog is been set, then the Scrum team would be put together, and the team will sit and discuss on the sprints. Okay, guys. So please note, once you have a bigger product backlog, the complete team will sit and prioritize the requirements, will sort the requirements, and will validate the requirements using multiple techniques. And the important requirements they will put into sprints. Now, before you start a sprint, you will have a sprint planning meeting where the Scrum team will sit and discuss what user stories must we prepare, or who will work on these user stories, what is a development team size, what is the velocity of the team. All these discussions will happen, and the important features will go into the sprint backlog. Okay, so guys, please note these tasks are nothing but your user stories only. I will show you a task a little later, but now please note a sprint backlog is nothing but a collection of user stories that you have to work in a sprint. Are we all clear so far, guys?
Hello, ma'am.
I'm sorry?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is the difference between product backlog and sprint backlog?
Sprint backlog is a subset of product backlog. Product backlog has like 1,000 user stories and sprint backlog might have 10 only because it's only for that specific sprint I have this sprint, right?
Okay, understand.
Yeah. Yes, guys. Any other questions?
Like it's like sprint means like all the extract of the all backlog. Products.
Sprint is a subset of a product backlog. I remove the prioritized requirements and put it in a sprint and I run the sprint.
Highlighted only.
The prioritized, not highlighted. The prioritized ones. Okay. Any other questions, guys?
Yeah, what is the exact meaning of backlog? Because
backlog is a list.
Uncompleted work, right?
No. Backlog is nothing but a bigger list. Here, if you notice, I did not run any sprint, right? It is uncompleted only, right?
Okay.
Right? Because
What
once
is the
you
meaning of
finish your
sprint?
sprints, you will not put it back in the product backlog. They will go forward.
Understood.
Yeah. Yes.
Now, what is the meaning of sprint? Means it is a set of procedure.
Sprint is nothing but a list of prioritized user stories.
List of documents.
List of prioritized user stories. You don't have any documents in sprint. We have user stories in sprint.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Done. Now, once you have this sprint, guys, we will run the sprint. Okay. Now, please note, once your sprint has started, okay, we cannot add new user stories to a sprint. Okay. Before your sprint started, yes, I can add a number of user stories. But once the sprint has started, right, it is recommended not to add any user stories because the sprint goal will change. Okay. In order to have an intact goal of the sprint, we will not add any user stories once the sprint has begun. Now,
ma'am, what is the user story? Means it is a task or
it is an
something
activity. User story is
activity.
nothing but a small activity. Okay, guys?
We are
Okay,
not
okay.
Yeah.
If we are not supposed to add the user stories in between, right? Then
No,
the goal will change is correct, but we cannot achieve what we are looking for is.
I didn't understand.
So if we have certain user stories, right? If we want to add more so that it will implement and can uh, uh, and the product will be developed as required. But if you're not adding them, that means you're losing the quality of the product.
No, I said you cannot add the user stories once the sprint has started. If
That
you're
means
talking about the quality of the product, add them before the sprint starts, not
okay.
during the sprint.
Okay.
If you feel that these user stories are compulsory or important, start another sprint. Don't add in the same sprint.
Then multiple sprints can be started at a time.
Undoubtedly, yes. You can have parallel sprints.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah. Now, once your sprint has begun, guys, if let's assume it is for 2 weeks, okay, your sprint will have a stand-up meeting every day. Please note it is a 15 minutes meeting that wherein 3 questions are checked. What have you done yesterday, today, and tomorrow? If there are any impediments or dependencies that is blocking the team to take it forward, all such discussions will happen on daily basis. And that meeting is called as stand-up meeting or daily or scrum meeting. Okay. So once this stand-up meeting happens, then they will every day they will close the user stories. Okay, guys. And if at all there are any unfinished user stories by end of the sprint, you will add it back to the product backlog. You will not start another sprint directly with this, guys. You will put them back in the product backlog. Again, there would be a refinement meeting, and again, a new sprint will begin. Okay, guys. So at the end of your sprint, you will have 2 meetings again, called as review meeting and retrospective meeting. A sprint review meeting is where you will talk about what went right and what went wrong in this meeting or in this sprint. Okay. However, in your retrospective meeting, I will not just discuss about this sprint, but I will take the lessons learned from all the sprints and I will use it for the upcoming sprints. That is the basic difference of the review and retrospective. So this process will continue till you deploy your project to the client, guys. Okay. You will have a product refinement, sprint planning. You will start the sprints, daily stand up, then you'll have a review retrospective, it will go for testing, again you will have your projects. Are you all clear so far, guys, with this slide?
Madam, hello.
Yes.
What would be the BA's role in this particular cycle?
You would elicit the requirements, you will do the SWOT, gap, feasibility study, you will prepare the product backlog. If there are functional requirements, you might also create it in the sprint backlog. You will monitor the whole project. If required, you might have to prepare BRDs, FRDs, use case diagrams, activity diagrams, all that you'll have to. That backend support to the whole team is given by a BA only.
Then user stories who will write?
Depends. If it is a functional user story, yes, you might also write a user story.
BA only will write the user stories.
Not
also?
BA only, BA can. The whole Scrum team will write the user stories. Even if required, even BA can help.
What would be the Scrum Master's role in this whole
the
cycle
facilitator.
then?
Scrum Master is the facilitator of the whole project. He will coordinate the meetings. He will make sure the project is going according to the deadlines.
And who would be the Scrum Master, ma'am? Product owner, right?
No. Product owner is different. Scrum Master is different. Product owner is somebody who has 100% understanding of the requirements. Scrum Master is a facilitator. Will make sure the project is going according to the project timelines.
So he would be from a team only, right? He could
He's
be
a Scrum
developer.
team.
Yeah, okay.
The Scrum team member. Okay, guys, any other questions?
I have little confusion between product owner and business analyst.
Okay.
The task they do in the Scrum project or a sprint.
Product owner is somebody who has 100% understanding of the requirements. Let's assume I want to develop an application. Okay. Who will give me the requirements?
The client who.
The client here is a product owner.
Okay. So if, for example, if I'm developing some application for HDFC Bank, then HDFC Bank person would be the product owner.
Undoubtedly.
Okay. And the BA on our end will gather those requirements, create all the documents. Okay.
Right.
Got it.
Yes. Any other questions, guys?
Ma'am, in this team, developer, tester, all would be there, right?
No, Scrum team only consists of developer. Testers are not part of Scrum team.
Okay.
A Scrum team consists of product owners, Scrum Master, developers. That's it.
Okay. And Scrum Master is the one who know also development, right?
No, Scrum Master is only a facilitator, a functional guy. He does not know development.
Can you facilitator?
I'm sorry?
Facilitator, what do you mean by facilitator? Can you?
Or he is the one who will make sure everything is going according to the timelines.
Okay, so his job only to do this, right?
Yes.
Like observer.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Are we all good with this one, guys? Slide.
Can you tell me the difference between review and retrospective once again, please?
Priyanka, review means what went right and what went wrong in this sprint is handled in review. And retrospective, I will talk about, I'll sum up all the impediments or all the issues across the sprints, and I will make sure this does not happen in the upcoming sprints.
Okay.
Yeah, others guys.
Ma'am, if I would like to understand in simple language what is the means of sprint. I'm unable to understand this.
Sprint is nothing but collection of user stories.
Okay.
That's it. Collection
Ma'am,
of
what is
user
Scrum?
stories is a
What is
sprint.
Scrum?
Scrum is a framework, like a big umbrella. Under this, you have all these things going on. Scrum is a bigger framework or bigger umbrella. Under that, you do all the product backlog. Everything comes under Scrum.
Ma'am, Scrum is used normally in which technical JIRA?
JIRA is a product management tool. Scrum is more like a bigger umbrella. Under this, all these babies will come.
Okay, okay.
Okay, guys? Fine. So I'll go to the next.
Ma'am, under Scrum, is there any set of people?
Under Scrum, you are doing no, you have Scrum team, no, Vipin.
Okay.
You have a Scrum team, I just told you, right? We have product owner, developer, Scrum Master. They all come under Scrum only.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Daksha, I can't hear your voice.
Ma'am, in task, you just told that we need to use the story.
Your voice is unclear, Daksha. Okay, guys. Now let's go to JIRA. So, guys, now whatever I have told you earlier in that slide, now please note that not all activities are run in JIRA. Okay, I'll tell you later. Not all activities are run in JIRA. Okay, we have certain confinement where you can use JIRA for a limited purpose and other things will happen out of JIRA, guys. Now, what is JIRA? JIRA is a product management tool. Okay, JIRA is a product management tool where I would manage the project. I'll make sure the project is going accordingly. I can view the progress of the project in JIRA. Okay, now earlier, JIRA was a bug tracking tool where I used to only track the bugs. Whatever tickets came or whatever tickets came out of testing, I would put all of them in one area and that tool is called as JIRA. Okay, however, now this company Atlassian, who is the owner of JIRA, has introduced a good feature that is called as project management tool. So JIRA is primarily used for bug tracking and today it is also used for project management tool, right? Atlassian is a company that's the owner of JIRA, guys. Okay, so now I will tell you how do we download JIRA. Now, please note that JIRA is an open source tool, guys. Now, what do you mean by open source is you do not need any technical person's dependency to download JIRA. Okay, you can download JIRA on your own. Just you have to go to the browser and select JIRA and you will go there, guys. Okay, so please note you do not have to have any dependency and COPD will not download JIRA for you guys. There is a recording available properly. There you can, if you're confused, you can just go through that recording and you can download JIRA. Okay, so now let's talk about how do we go to the JIRA software, guys. Are you all clear so far?
Yes.
Done. So let me share my screen. So guys, I have opened Chrome, okay, where I have opened a browser. Okay, I'm already logged in using my Gmail account. Okay, so what I can do, the best way is I will just say Atlassian. Okay, I'll go to this website called as Atlassian. Okay. Underneath, I'll go to products. I will select JIRA software. Please note, guys, we have many such softwares available. Out of that, we will select JIRA software only. Okay, just select JIRA software. Are you all clear so far?
Yes.
Now I will get it for free. Okay. And here I have chosen JIRA software. We also have Confluence, wherein any kind of documents, if I want to share and prepare, you can collaborate your documents using Confluence. Okay, for now we don't use it. I'll use just JIRA software. I'll click on next. You need, if at all you're already logged in, it will come to your work email would already be grayed out. If you are not logged in, you have to enter your email here. Okay.
We can use a email ID also, no?
I'm sorry?
Here they are asking work email. So suppose
Not
we
required.
are not.
It is my work email. You can use your personal email.
Okay. And what will be your site? Like, what is your site?
Your site is nothing but how do you want the JIRA to identify you tomorrow? For example, you come back after a month. They want to know who you are, right? So by having your exclusive site number, they will know it. But unfortunately, because we are not using a licensed version, you might have to enter this site multiple times. Okay, every time you come to JIRA, you might have to enter your site. I will say
like it is like a special ID for us to recognize in future.
Yes.
Okay.
So guys, give a few seconds. It is uploading, and then we will get to JIRA.
Ma'am, for that number you enter, that what we should need to mention that in the number, which
just random any number. You don't. There is no specific any number.
And email ID is our personal email ID.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, guys. So once
it's
yeah,
your site .net. So your site, what do we need to fill?
just random some number.
Okay.
Guys, please don't practice while I'm taking the session. Please do it later, right? If you practice it now, it's very difficult for us to take it forward, guys. Okay. So guys, here if you notice, JIRA is recommending or popular is Kanban, but Kanban is not used generally by the IT industry yet. So we are using Scrum. Okay, I will select Scrum and I will say next. Okay, guys, now this is your board. This is how you, this is a first board. That is where you will come to the JIRA. Okay, now before you get into the working, make sure you have the right template called as software Scrum project. Do not choose any other project. Make sure you have this, okay? Or else you will not be getting the same window as or the screen that what I have here, okay? So now, guys, you can rename the project if you want to. Clear? You can definitely rename your project, guys. What that? How do I rename the project? Yeah. Okay, guys, I can rename this project here. Okay, if you don't have to also. Okay, so here you come to your work. These are your boards. This is a board, guys. This is your recent board. This is my Scrum project board. Okay, and you can view your boards. Okay, what all projects are assigned to you, you can know it from here. You can view all the projects. For now, we have only one project. Clear? Then if you want to use any filters, you can. And because we are not using licensed version, you might not see all the features. Okay. And if you can also want to create, you can create your dashboards. Here, this is kind of important according to me. Guys, please note that whenever you are the one who is creating the project, you are the one who is starting off the JIRA in your project, you have to invite people to JIRA. Whoever team that you have to invite them. Okay, you just have to place here, and in organizations, you will get a list. You just have to keep on adding the names and keep on adding them. Okay, guys, right? You can also create a team for your project also. Okay, and you can also create on, click on this create, and accordingly you can also create. Are we all with me, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, done.
Just can you show me again how to rename that mask Scrum
I'm
session?
not renaming it yet because it's
Okay.
not required. Bolke, I'm not renaming it.
Okay,
Generally, earlier we could have done it, but now it is not letting me do it from here. Let's see
Okay.
how I can.
Or maybe while we someone who's create that project at that time we can rename, but we are on trial version maybe.
No, generally we can rename it, but that is not that important for us to rename because you're on a free plan, right? Which is why we
Yeah,
don't get a
okay.
lot of things. But it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
big deal.
that's fair.
You can rename it.
Okay, okay, no issue.
Okay, fine. So guys, this is your Scrum board. First, let's talk about what is timeline. So guys, please note, timeline is nothing like a progress report. Just like your Gantt chart that you have in your waterfall project, we have this timeline. So basically, what all sprints that you create, you can get a timeline, and whatever duration, the progress, you can know it from the timeline, guys. You can also change it to today, weeks, months, and quarters as well. Okay. I'll say weeks because we are not doing it, right? Okay, so I will choose backlog. This is a place where this backlog is a product backlog, guys. First, we need to create user stories in the product backlog, and then we will put it into sprint. This is Scrum Sprint 1, right? First, let's create user stories in the backlog and then move it to the sprint. Clear? Okay, thanks, Meghna. Okay, so this is your board, guys. This is a Scrum board that will tell you the progress of the project. It will tell you the progress of the Scrum board, the sprint. Okay, so let's start off with the backlog. Now let's create an issue. Guys, please note, in your JIRA tool, user stories are called as issues. Okay, as a customer, I want to register to the, so that I can log in as a admin. Want to register so that I can log in. Okay, guys, as a okay. Okay, guys, so if you notice, I'm just writing the value statements or the syntax it is required for your user stories, right? So guys, please note, whenever you want to start a sprint, you should always have minimum 3 user stories. There is no maximum here yet, but for you to start or have a proper sprint, at least have 3 user stories intact. Okay, so I'm just writing user stories 7. So and so forth. So now what I want to do, I would like to drag and drop them in the sprint. Okay, I will just take this and I will drag and drop. That's it. I will just drag and drop. That is it. Are you able to understand, guys? I have dragged and dropped the user stories and have started one sprint. Are you all understood, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So now, guys, if you notice here, I haven't written any acceptance criteria inside yet. So what I will do, I will write the required information here. For example, I will add the description. See, here, acceptance criteria. For example, as a customer, I want to register.
Acceptance of email ID or a mobile number.
The user will enter the required details in the text boxes. The system will navigate to the generation of OTP. Okay, the user should enter the OTP and click on submit button. The system will display a pop-up box or a something to confirm the registration. Okay, so like that, I will write the acceptance criteria. Okay, guys. Now here, please note if you have added the team here, you can assign it to a team member, because we were not able to add a team because it's a free plan. We cannot assign it to anybody, but if the team members are there, you can directly get it assigned. You can all directly get the names. Clear so far, guys? Okay, you know which sprint you are connected to. You will have what is the story point estimate is nothing but the effort required to do this user story. For example, I say 5 points. I say that it will take 5 points for the developer to do this story, this user story. If you notice, this is not discussed in JIRA, guys. This is a meeting that happens where the developers will give a number. Accordingly, they put this number here, right? Story point estimate. Clear, guys? Are you all clear so far?
Yeah.
This is done by product owner or
not required. Not required. If the team is strong enough, they can also do it.
Ma'am, can you repeat that thing?
Which one do you want me to repeat?
That 5 points.
This is the acceptance criteria I've written. The user will enter, then what will happen, then what will happen, then what will happen, right? It is nothing but the navigation of what will happen for the acceptance criteria. Guys, I see them cooking. You can please mute yourself, no?
Sure.
Okay. So guys,
Sure,
this is
madam. One thing, madam. One small thing. Now, see, from beginning, it is being told that Scrum Master and BA's role are not same. Been merged during in any companies, and Scrum Master will be separate only ways, a developer, and doubling it up as a developer and Scrum Master. They would be doubling up their roles, or BA and Scrum Master roles will be merged. How is it actually?
Developer is a developer. He has nothing. Scrum Master is more like a facilitator. If you know a waterfall project, what is the role of a project manager? Can he be a developer?
No.
No, right? Same way. Scrum Master here is a project manager.
So project manager only will be a Scrum Master also.
Here we don't have
Generally.
project manager at all. Scrum Master acts like a project manager here. A BA can be a Scrum Master. But generally developers cannot be a Scrum Master.
Fine. Thank you.
This acceptance criteria is provided by the product owner, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, guys, clear? So like
Hello?
that, I will keep, yeah.
Hello?
Yes,
Ma'am,
yes.
can you please explain again how to open that right one window?
Which one? Double click on the user story.
Sorry.
Just double click on the user story. You can see that window there.
Okay, so in one Scrum, there is only one sprint, right?
Not required. You can have parallel sprints.
Yeah, I can have parallel, but I am trying to ask you, if you click on Scrum one, so only one sprint you can run with Scrum one. You run single sprint for Scrum 1 day, right?
You can add user stories to one sprint only here. Parallelly, you can't add user stories here.
Okay.
And what is that story point estimate? Like it is
It
like
is effort.
timeline or
Complexity points. The developer's effort.
okay. Okay.
Developer's effort.
Will this be discussed in sprint meeting about how much efforts we have to add to a user story or issue? Or
Yes.
okay.
The sprint planning meeting discussion will happen.
Okay. And what if the user story is too big to complete single sprint? Will it be broken further into smaller user stories?
If at all you have a big user story, we call it as an epic.
Okay.
We don't user story again you don't have user stories. They're called as tasks.
Okay.
You don't have smaller user stories under a user story. If you have that scenario, call it as an epic, and then you can have user stories under that.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Last question from my side. For one user story, there will be one sprint, right?
No, we are having three user stories, right?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So these all three would take at least 2 weeks, right?
That depends, right? I'm not
Okay.
that is not our headache. What we
Okay,
need
fine.
to do is we need to create the sprints. The discussion, how many weeks it
Okay.
will happen, all the discussion will happen in the Scrum sprint planning meeting.
Okay, fine.
Clear?
Okay, fine.
Ma'am, issue in backlog is issue by the customer or means
Backlog is a product owner's job.
okay, product owner.
Mm.
Means then who write this issue? Means customer raise the issue or something like that.
Customer, there's no customer at all here already involved. We're still developing, right? Why would a customer come?
Okay.
We are developing the application. Once it is developed, that is when the customer will view it. I'm only writing from a customer perspective, but customer is not involved here at all.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, guys. So, guys, if you want, you can also add epics. Please note in JIRA, epic is not compulsory, guys. You can have user stories without epics. But if you feel that epics make more sense, you can undoubtedly add epics, guys. You just have to, check this box, or you can just put it to right-hand corner, it become green, and then you can create epics called as registration.
What is epic, ma'am?
A bigger user story. A bigger set of, for example, under registration, I have 3 user stories, no? Admin registration, restaurant or registration, customer registration. Like that, I have smaller user stories, right? This becomes an epic.
So basically, in a one user story, a small set of user stories is called as epic, right?
Epic is a bigger one, and epic is a bigger umbrella. Under that, you have small user stories.
Okay, fine.
Okay, I will start the sprint. Here, guys, I can rename the sprint. I can give the duration. I can custom the duration. If at all I'm giving for 2 weeks, this end date can be closed. And if you want to add a sprint goal, also you can add, but it is optional in JIRA, and you can start this. Okay, guys, once you start the sprint, you come to the board, and this is where you will see the to-do, in progress, and done. And as the developers are working, they will drag these user stories from one section to another section. Okay, so by the end of those 2 or 3 weeks, your Scrum, see this. This you have a dash here, which means it is done. It is completed. Now it can be going to deployment, guys. So here developers who are assigned to these user stories will work on those user stories. Clear so far?
So
Okay,
the
guys?
developers can drag like
Yeah,
they
developers
can
will
edit
only
it
drag.
anytime. Okay.
Okay, guys, if you look at it, see a timeline. You have epics. I have created this sprint one. Do you see this, guys? See this. So like that, we have created the. So backlog may you directly go to the sprint 2 will come because I have not completed the sprint yet. See, have it done? I will complete this. Okay. Once I complete the sprint, you will go to sprint 2. Do you see this here? Sprint 2 automatically it came. In your board,
Madam,
you have finished. Yes.
so create the like sprints. So it is editable only for
Sorry, your voice is breaking.
oh, now my voice is clear. Hello.
Let's see. Yeah, go ahead.
So this sprint dashboard are like saying so it is editable only by BA or
Developer.
any only
This Scrum Board, BA is only assisting the team. Please note, once you give the requirements, our major role is gone. The Scrum Master, the other people will take this up.
So as a
You're only doing the back end.
with
You're only doing the back end thing. You're only helping the team.
Ma'am, Samir here. This BA role, it means we are just assigning the task to a team, no?
We are creating the requirements and helping the product owner with the finalizing of the requirements. The requirements engineering, what you have learned, right? All that we do here. Okay, and once you get a strong grip on the project, you might also help in the Scrum Board and the Scrum. But as a business analyst, this is not your major role. But tomorrow, if you go as a Scrum Master, right, you will have to do all of this.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, Jira software also you can basically you can do teams here only. You don't need to have dependent on another application for meeting, right?
No.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Yeah. So like that, I will constantly keep on creating the sprints and moving the sprints and complete the sprint. Okay, guys. Now, in order to view your progress of the sprints, you can view a report, guys. For that, you need to go to project settings. You need to go to the features. You need to activate the reports and you will come back to the project. Okay, you will see the reports. So here in JIRA, you can prepare a burn up report and a sprint burn down chart. We don't have a product burn down chart, but in JIRA, we have sprint burn down chart, guys. So whichever you want, I want a burn up chart. I will select this. If you look at it, I have story points. I've started from 0 and I have completed all the story points. Okay, because I gave 5 story points, no, I have completed all of them. Okay, guys. If you want, you can also change it like this. If you want an issue count, I have 3 issues. I have finished the issues. Are we all clear, guys?
So this will be updated automatically by the system.
Undoubtedly, yes.
Okay.
And here in your burn down chart, it will be the other way around. So remaining work. If you notice, nothing is remaining here, right? So the whole work is completed.
So it would complete automatically, or anybody has to done it.
No. As the progress of your project changes, this is automatically generated. You don't have to do anything manual here.
So how it will be automatically generate
Because you have finished your sprint, no? In your sprint board, you have finished your sprint right here.
Okay, fine.
Because you have finished it here, you can view it there.
So actually, we can find it the critical path in the project, and we can find out where we are the delay in project and we are on line on track, right?
Yes, you can also get a report also. If you want
Okay.
to know the critical where your problem is happening and stuff like that, down you can also see the report.
So in this, ma'am, we can like float rate can we can calculate the float also in the project.
What is a float?
Uh, it's part of the critical. It's okay. I can check.
Ma'am, just wanted to know, suppose we have done all the Scrum Master and everything has done the process, and they do the once this process goes to the developer and they also update, and it's also updated in the chart and all. Then once the project complete,
No,
their
you have to do testing, no? Yogesh is only
yes.
for development. Developer
Okay.
has done its job. The tester is not there in the JIRA notice. After this, it will go to testing team. Testing team will do the testing. After UAT, it is completed.
So because that chart is showing as a that's why I'm asking, because once
Only
it completed,
developer.
okay,
Developer has done the development. That's it. The testing is
it's
not
like
done yet.
it's a task oriented chart only.
Yes. For development team only. Okay, guys?
Ma'am, can you go to project, back to project?
Back to the
project?
Yeah, sure.
So if suppose if I'm adding user stories in done, so that time if client is telling like I do some kind of like modification or add a one disk user stories. So that time what I need to do?
You need to add user stories to the product backlog.
Okay, here any kind of like deleting options is there for?
You cannot. Once a sprint is completed, you should not touch the sprint. Whatever changes a client is telling, you will have to put it in the product backlog and start a new sprint.
Again, okay, fine.
Yes. Okay, guys?
Ma'am, who assigned sprint to whom?
Which field?
Means if anything written in backlog, then who assign that particular user story to means whom it is to be assigned.
Again, same developer will work on it, no? On a new sprint.
Okay.
You'll assign it back to the same developer again, but in a new sprint.
Okay.
Okay? Yes, guys. Any other questions?
Means product backlog, which done by the BA, which can be reconsidered again. So whatever he has made from the sprint. So once the sprint get cancelled or another the points, and then it will get considered again. Whatever the
Everything
product
is
backlog is.
done product backlog only, yes. So guys, this is how we will run the JIRA, guys. We will create the user stories in the backlog. We'll move them to the sprint. You will run the sprint, complete the sprint, then you generate the reports. Again, you go and rerun the sprints, guys. This is what we do in JIRA. Okay. So from a BA perspective, from a Scrum Master perspective, this is what we will handle in JIRA. Okay, guys. So anything apart from this, you do it after, out of the JIRA, but not in the JIRA, guys. Clear? If you have, if anybody has no questions so far, we can call it a day. I'm done with the session. And if you have any questions, you can, 1 minute, Sandesh. If you have any questions, guys, you can stay back and ask. But if you're done with asking, then you can log out for the day. Thank you so much.
We are done, ma'am. So
Yeah, please leave. Yeah.
Okay.
Ma'am, I have one question. Can you please answer it, please?
Yes, go ahead.
Ma'am, see, if I have a project, see, okay, and I have to put the milestone of the payments, okay. So can we put in this also for the like the progress of this, how much payment we will get and all?
You don't put the milestones manually here, Sandesh. The JIRA tool will automatically take it. You don't have to do it anything manual here.
Okay, no, I just put the timeline. So it will be like in the, I can see it in the dashboard.
You can see it in the timeline here, no?
Okay.
Timeline is a bigger view. Dashboard is only for that sprint.
Ma'am, Jira is basically we use project management, right, ma'am?
Yes.
For tracking project.
To see the progress of the project.
Okay, and to set our user story and to track that user story,
Yes.
what's the progress of it, right? And
Yes.
we can put our code also on Jira, right?
Code, it is handled by development team where they can put the code. But for
Okay.
that, they have to purchase some other softwares called as where they can connect with the networks and do that.
Yeah, because I can see there is a development and code.
It is
So,
only wherein you can have the code, but generally organizations don't put the code here because it is more
okay,
confidential information. They have their own servers where they put it. Jira is giving us that option, but I'm not sure. I don't think so. Others people would use it.
okay, fine. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Hello.
I think no one is here, bro. Did you try this Jira, logging into this Jira?
Guys.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. Are you talking to me?
Oh, actually, I tried opening the Jira software, but I'm not getting any option. There are
Yeah,
two
you
options.
can do it later, Pradeep. We have the recording, right? You do it later and continue with it, right?
Yeah, the thing is, I'm not getting an option for backlog there. That's why I was asking. There is no option as such as backlog. It has two options only, timeline and board.
Probably change the browser once.